everything that you have done these past 2 to 3 days has just been a complete implosion of your entire credibility. Your credibility was already in the toilet. Your content was already considered toilet. Everything was already considered toilet. You have buried through the toilet, made it to the sewer system, looked around and said, yeah, this isn't deep enough. Let me keep going.
Viewer discretion is advised. Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
I feel like that's the extent of what I'm angry about today. Actually, that's a lie. Let's move on to the next topic. Def Noodles! Dennis! Def Noodles, aka Dennis, aka the failed stand-up comedian, aka the man who says accusatory stuff. Def Noodles, after Papa Gut's response to him, after everyone's been clowning on him this entire time, decides to go on maybe the worst rant I have ever seen. Actually, not ever, but close enough. Maybe psychotically. He's lost it? Oh, hell yeah, he's lost it. Dennis is a complete sociopath. Dennis responds to Papa Gut. Mother effer got famous on TikTok for joking about having intercourse with 14-year-old girls, then gets offended someone jokes about him. Papa Gut didn't get offended. No, he didn't get offended. I don't know where you're coming from with this, Dennis. He didn't get offended. He literally just deconstructed your freaking unhinged rant on Twitter like everyone else did. But instead, because you can't handle criticism from smarter people than you, which I'm a degenerate, but something tells me I'm smarter than you, Def Noodles, which is kind of sad. I shouldn't have said that. I should have instead said he makes himself so small in his videos to hide the fact he looks like a pedo. Dennis. You are a asshole. That's what you are. So let's go into the comments real quick here. Def Noodles, upon becoming completely beaten to death, tweets out at the same time, realistically, FBI Los Angeles, put this mother effer on a watch list. He looks mad suspicious. Let me click on that real quick for you. The FBI office located in Los Angeles, California. Def Noodles tagged them in a post insinuating that Papa Gut making jokes about intercourse with 14-year-olds gets offended at someone's jokes about it. But you know, he was right. I shouldn't have said that. I should have instead said he makes himself look small in his videos to hide the fact he looks like a pedo. Then proceeds to tag the FBI. Let's go over some of the comments, shall we? One of them in the chat right now is Minxie1. Are you seriously off the rails and totally unhinged? Did you actually think before you post on Twitter, or do you get smashed like the quartering? Drunk post, pee in your basement. That's actually funny. I'm sorry, I didn't like that until now, Minxie. Repsion. Holy shit, dude. What the hell is wrong with you? My response to Def Noodles, because I couldn't help myself. Dennis, you might actually be the biggest lol cow this year now. Congrats. You took the award from Ethan Ralph, and that's hard to do, bro. Donovan Crip Daddy, my favorite comedian. You're effing proud. You're effing yourself harder than the pretend kids are getting effed. Nicholas Diorio, projection. Xylee, dude, this ain't it. This is why your channel is dying. Shit like this. Who else is in here? Repzilla, dude, what the fuck? All right, Repzilla, me and you are on the same page on that one. Just all of these people just came in to maliciously clown on Dennis for right reasons, for completely valid reasons. Let's go over some of the quote tweets, shall we? I'm not putting Sen in this. I don't respect Sen, so I'm not doing that. Bro's having a full-on meltdown because of some internet beef, lol. And Mother Effer wonders why people call him defamation noodles. True. Good luck suing someone for something while actively doing to another. Oh, that's also true. Optimus comes in. Isn't part of your whole shtick being so openly against someone joking about someone else being a pedo? It's almost like you literally are effing suing Keemstar for doing exactly what you're doing right now. Let me guess, more of your shitty comedy routine. Repzilla, okay, Def Noodles is a terrible person. I feel confident in saying that. I refrain from inputting my opinions because I personally don't like him. But after he slandered Papa Gut, I want my viewers to know he's trash. All right, fair enough, bro. I'm on the same page together on that one, man. Very rare. Very rare. Everyone can come together to hate Def Noodles. Nicholas Diorio, LMFAO. Oh no, he's lost it. My response, my man, did you actually tag the effing FBI and say Papa Gut looks like a pedo? Bro, the F is wrong with you. You knew the context of the joke and everything. Aren't you an effing comedian? Xylee, okay, real talk. One, he knows the context of that joke that got Papa Gut in trouble. We all heard the debate. Two, this is a snitch ass move. Tagging the FBI. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? All of these people just came out to absolutely take a dump on Def Noodles. So, what happens next is not realistically a shocker. Just something I didn't expect to happen so easily. Papa Gut responds to Def Noodles' claims here. And from what I've heard, because I haven't seen it yet, has just completely loses it on him. He completely loses it on Dennis, and rightfully deserved. Dennis, you're a jackass.
So let's see what Noodles has to say here. Should have said he makes himself so. This is going to make you look really bad for you in your lawsuit against Keemstar.
Didn't he lose it today? Someone keeps telling me that he lost the lawsuit today. Listen, I already knew he was going to lose the lawsuit. I already knew he was going to lose that lawsuit. So I'm not going to be surprised if it's true that Dennis, as of today, has lost his lawsuit with Keemstar. I wouldn't be surprised. People keep saying that he did. And I just want it to be fact. I want it to be fact.
Mostly because he called you a pedophile without any actual evidence, and this is what you're doing to me right now.
Papa Gut just comes in and goes, hey, you know that lawsuit that you have against Keemstar? That Keem made a satirical joke about you, and you decided to sue him for defamation? Aren't you doing that thing that you sued Keemstar for, dude? Not looking too good, Def.
What's really interesting is that this is two things. For one, I've already deeply explained the context of this to Def Noodles personally. We had a live conversation about this. And he's also tweeting this, that I made an inappropriate joke, which I consistently keep saying was an inappropriate joke regardless of the context. But this was the joke. The joke was if she's old enough to bleed. And he literally, for what he did, he duetted it. What is it called? What is that called? He decided to, what is it called? Retweeted it. He retweeted the entire context. Wow.
He retweeted I forgot he retweeted the entire context. So Dennis has the full context of that joke that Papa Gut disavows and has learned his lesson from. and has held himself accountable for. So Dennis decides to retweet that and then just calls him a pedo. Dennis.
He retweeted
Dennis, you absolute troglodyte.
the context. Here's the context. The joke was, if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. Thank you very much, Andre Lopez, for the advice, right? It was a satirical call out since he allegedly slept with a 14-year-old. It's a joke I've condemned multiple times, but that person isn't interested in honesty. Somehow, he looked at this and said, I'm going to nail Papa Gut on this point.
He definitely thought he was going to win against Papa Gut. He definitely thought he was going to win.
What are you talking about? The reality here, I'm going to be very clear, is I've been very active in the deplatforming of 2 predators on TikTok. That's what I've done. And this is a bad joke I never should have said. But I find it interesting that somebody like Def Noodles, who is virtue signaling and trying to, again, deplatform somebody who has actually used his platform for good. As of right now, we're watching Def Noodles get completely rolled over in a conversation about gay rights, and he has the audacity to criticize me for this.
Dennis, you're already being verbally ripped apart, and it's only 2 minutes in. Dennis, listen, this is not going to go well for you. This entire situation is not going to go well for you. You mildly trending on Twitter is not going well for you. The commentary community all slamming you down is not going to go well for you. Everything that you have done these past 2 to 3 days has just been a complete implosion of your entire credibility. Your credibility was already in the toilet. Your content was already considered toilet. Everything was already considered toilet. You have buried through the toilet, made it to the sewer system, looked around and said, yeah, this isn't deep enough. Let me keep going. My God, Dennis.
This doesn't really work out well for him. This is bad. This kid's a fucking idiot. Put this on a watch list. He looks very suspicious. Okay. Realistically speaking, I'm not going to sue him. Joe Rogan Gemini. The reality.
Yeah, nah. It would be a waste of Papa's time to even remotely sue him. It's a waste of time. I'm glad that Papa's not like taking any sort of legal action. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Is that like this isn't going to go the way Dennis wants. I'm not going to have an emotionally provoked response. That's pretty much it. Like, he's not going to get the reception that he wants to get. Also, I guess he's showing pictures of me he Googled. Wow, okay. Cool.
Confirmed, Def Noodles knows how to work Google. I'm kind of surprised he even has the intelligence to work Google.
Okay. This is it? This is the only thing? Okay. All right. Very cool. Yeah, he did call me a predator. It is what it is, man.
He's taking this a lot better than I thought he would. He's taking this a lot better than I thought he would.
Here, but like realistically speaking, I'm not going to take the bait. Dennis is already very infamous for not having any credibility and for twisting stories. And realistically here, he's doing it again.
Which is what he does all the time. His entire channel is literally just that. The only thing about Dennis that you need to know about him is that when he gets a story, he twists it to his narrative, his emotions, his situation. He clickbaits the title. He doesn't actually talk about the topic in the title at all, really. Look at the Bella Delphine Too Mad situation and others. He constantly slanders other creators, calls people alt-right pipelines to inflame his already kind of like brain-dead viewer base into goading a response to these other creators to make their lives miserable. That's what Dennis is known for. And that's all your content is, Dennis. That's all it's ever going to be.
The problem is he's showing full context. So it doesn't even make him look good.
Even alone, it wouldn't make him look good, Papa. He still looks like an ass.
That's it. It just makes him look really bad. So, here, I guess I should tweet back to him. I had to write out a thoughtful tweet in the middle of this. So, let me just read what I had to say, because I think it's very important, and I actually do believe this. So, first of all, the reason that I took pictures of this is because I know what Def wants me to do. Is he wants me to just quote tweet this so that the context isn't directly available unless you go take
Oh, Papa Gut has big brain fucking plays. Big brain plays.
time out of your day to keep clicking through. He wants to get locked in a chain of conversation so that this fully contextualized explanation gets lost in the comments. Thing is that you're fucking stupid as shit, Def. You are incredibly dumb. You have absolutely no intellect or integrity. And you're very easy to read. So I know the game that you're playing. Okay? So I decided to make it a picture instead, because this makes more sense. Right? So the context doesn't get lost, because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to misinterpret me as a pedophile. But I've done a lot to deplatform actual predators. 20-something-year-olds trying to fuck 13-year-olds and rape them. That's who I've deplatformed. 27-year-olds trying to get introduced into meetups, sending their dick to 13 and 14-year-olds. That's what I deal with. What do you do every day?
Holy shit. Papa Gut's bringing up credibility receipts. Jesus. It is true. Papa Gut's done those things. What has Def Noodles done in his entire career that would be considered anything along those lines? I want you to give me like an actual example. David Dobrik? Nah. He's also, and Def Noodles is also contributing to the PewDiePie hate, by the way. There's a couple of tweets of his that are definitely him being like, he made fun of a deaf woman, and he's trying to piss people off to even pay attention to him about this so that everyone forgets the Papa Gut thing. What has Dennis done is in his entire career that could be considered an actual expose or actually helping the community? Name one. I want one example of it. No? Nothing? Okay. I've done more than Def Noodles has. I've done more than Def Noodles has. That's kind of sad, bro.
What have you done with your platform? I've constantly called out predatory content creators. It's a big part of my content. And then I also educate young men on rape culture. That's what I do, Def. What do? You get rolled in a fucking conversation with Christian Walker about gay rights. You look like a fucking idiot moron constantly. And this is the game that you want to play with me? When we first talked, I gave you a tremendous amount of charitability. But it's gone now.
Oh god, the charitability is gone. Oh shit. I can't believe you even gave him charitability in the first place, Papa. I'll be real with you. You're a better person than I.
Reality is you're worthless. You're a worthless content creator. You don't do anything positive. You are a drama news reporter, and that's totally fine. But don't come into my fucking space, because you don't have the intellect to be able to talk about these things. You don't have the intellect, the humility. You don't have anything, okay? This is a space that I've come into, and it's very difficult. Constantly engaging and getting things wrong on slight nuances every single day. Doing the best that you can to put yourself and your credibility on the line, to have conversations, talk about shit, and educate people on very necessary social issues, especially as somebody who is a man. I educate young men on not putting young women into situations where they'll take advantage of them, because this is how this happens. These power dynamics are so subtle, and a lot of young men are assaulting women without even realizing it.
This is the difference between Papa Gut and Def Noodles. You're watching it live right now. You're watching it live. There's the difference. There's a huge difference between content creators like Def Noodles and content creators like Papa Gut. Papa Gut goes through the weeds. He digs up everything. He gets everything that he can, and he wants to educate people. He wants to educate. He wants to help. He wants to build a community, and he wants to, like he states, teach young men about power dynamics, and that also protecting young women and making sure that these men understand that. That is a good thing to do. That is actually something that could be uplifted as like him doing a charitable, not even a charitable act, just him doing something that not a lot of people are doing. Versus Def Noodles, where he just goes, did you see the newest celebrity did this thing? That's not, those are two entirely different forms of content creator. And Papa Gut's right. Yeah, cool, be a drama channel, but you are the worst kind of drama channel, Def. You are, again, like I stated before, you are the tabloid magazine at the grocery store. You are what the downtrodden, sad, uninformed, and quite possibly mentally ill read, thinking that Bill Clinton is some kind of alien and that Hillary Clinton is actually still running the Oval Office through the shadows. You're one of those people. You're on that level. Papa Gut isn't. I don't consider myself on that level, and 99.9% of the commentary community don't consider ourselves at that level. You are gutter trash.
They're taking them out to dinner and they're just being aggressive because this is what society teaches them. And then they're over pushing. And then women get afraid and they stop saying no. And it's these really nuanced things. And this is what I'm doing. I'm educating a group of young men on being good young men. What the fuck are you doing? You're trying to deplatform me. Why? Because I upset you? I hurt your feelings? Why? Because you know that at the end of the day, I'm the direct fucking person to point to for your deplatforming as a fucking content creator. Because you fucked with me. And last time you fucked with me, I was super charitable because it was the first interaction I had with you. And my wife, she called you out to be a disingenuous piece of shit. And I still gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Bro, his wife sounds like a smart woman. Holy hell. She immediately yeah, he's disingenuous and definitely a liar. Papa, your wife is a smart human being. Holy hell.
And now here you are months later playing this fucking game with me. The charitability's gone. This is it, Def. I want you to understand this, okay? Your podcast is horseshit. You have no intellect. It's abysmal. Listening to this is horrible. You're letting Christian Walker roll you over on fucking social issues. It's insane. People watching this, young impressionable people watching this going, wow, Christian Walker's making a really good point about how we shouldn't have pride flags in the classroom, about how gay people shouldn't be openly gay in the classroom, about how kids who might come out as gay should have their parents told, especially in fucking conservative areas that can get them hurt by their parents. These are really good points, Christian. Like, this is what you do. You have negative impacts on every single fucking social issue that you touch. It's the same thing when we had our first interaction, when we had the situation with that Killick and that girl.
The sheer fact that Def Noodles lost a social issue conversation with somebody who was saying anything negative about the gay community, and Def Noodles upholds himself as like some kind of moral arbiter, is hilarious to me. It's hilarious. The fact that he failed to even hold that individual accountable based on what Papa looked at on that is literally maybe the worst thing that you can do, is somebody holds himself up as this moral arbiter like Def Noodles in his addled brain thinks that he is. Def, you are literally, just like Papa says, a disingenuous liar, terrible content creator, and somebody that contributes nothing to the platform or to society in general.
Where you didn't give a fuck that they were calling a 17-year-old a fucking rapist, a predator, and a pedophile because he was trolling a guy about his sister, and it was wrong what he did. And I talked to the 17-year-old young man. Not the fucking grown adult that you are. The 17-year-old young man, I educated on him on not saying those things because they're disgusting. But I understand he's not a fucking rapist, a pedophile, and a predator. But that's what he was being called. And you don't care because you don't care if kids get fucking raped, Dennis. You don't give a shit. You've never talked to somebody who's been raped. You never talked to anybody who actually this deeply fucking hurts. Like, have
Jesus Christ.
you ever been in a situation where you sat down and you'd looked a fucking survivor in the eye and you listened to them tell their fucking story? Have you ever heard this? Have you ever sat down and listened to this? in a situation where there's nothing you can do but listen, when the only thing you want to do is have an anger, emotional response.
I'm just going to let him go on this.
Profoundly negative impact on that person who's just trying to tell you their story. They're focusing on you, and you get to the situation where you get so upset and so worked up, you make it about you. What the fuck do you do, Dennis? What the fuck do you do? What the fuck do you do every day? You want to come on here and play false fucking rape accusations? Have you ever talked to somebody who talks about how they were fucking raped as a child? What do you do every day? Because if you fucking did, you wouldn't play this shit. This shit is fucking serious, Dennis.
Jesus. Yeah, I just let him run on that one. Holy crap. Papa. Jesus Christ. He's right. He's 100% right. He really is. Papa Gut's done those things. He's sat down with survivors. He's talked with these people. He's had conversations with them. He's right. What has Def Noodles done? None of that. None of that. And then proceeds to call somebody a pedo who tries and fights that part of the world. That to Papa is literally like a stab to the... It's a stab to the gut. Like literally a stab to the gut. He didn't want to give an emotional response. But the more he thought about it, and the more it angered him, thinking of all the people that he's helped defend or helped share their stories or try and teach these people not to do these things anymore, or just to have a conversation about it in general, made Papa Gut angry. And it's understandably so. He handles real world things that are just completely out of control and something that should be commended, versus Def Noodles, who will use an old obscure joke, try to denounce the context, say that he looks like the people that Papa Gut is trying to stop in the world, and then tags the FBI. Def, Papa Gut's right. What the fuck do you even do? You don't do anything. And it's apparent by the fact that you made this tweet.
It's serious. And every single day, you can say that I'm inflated, but every single day that I make content, I try my best when we talk about these things to prevent this from happening in the future. This is what I do. You don't have to like it, Dennis. You don't have to like me. But every single day, I put my credibility on the line to say something that I mean, to have the right conversation with these people, with the young men in my fucking audience. That's what I do. I'm a real fucking man, Dennis, and I'm trying my best to educate these kids. But what are you doing? What are you putting on the line, Dennis? Other than your fucking credibility every single day. Because you look like a fucking moron. I don't like to get worked up. But we're talking about people, children getting fucking raped, Dennis. And you do nothing about it because you don't care. But I do. Because I care a lot, Dennis. And your attempt to try to deplatform me after a really bad fucking joke that I never should have made with good intentions, after a year of doing my best to operate in the best capacity to educate people, but also make sure that I don't come off in a way that puts people off, because I want people to listen to the message. And this is what it boils down to. Your stupid ass doing this shit, trying to attack my credibility as a person, as a content creator, as somebody who tries to educate young men.
Dennis, you really picked the wrong fight on this one, dude. 100%. You really did. You picked the wrong battle. This is maybe, oh my God. This is maybe single-handedly one of the most beat down situations I've ever seen with you. You really have no credibility at all. None at all. While Papa Gut's out there trying to actually educate men on how to be better to women, you sit there and do nothing. You do nothing. And then you proceed to call the man the thing that he hates the most. Because you're upset that he bodied you in tweets. He bodied you in an interview. You're upset that you're going to lose that lawsuit with Keemstar. You frustrate me more than most content creators, Def. You on God, Dennis, You might be the dumbest content creator I've ever seen in my life. I have nothing more to say to you on that. I'm just going to let Papa Gut continue.
That's what you do. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. This is what I get mad about, Dennis. This is what I get upset about. What do you think about when you talk about topics, Dennis? When I sit down and I talk about topics of sexual assault, I think about every single survivor who's reached out to me and who said, this really fucked me up, Dennis. That's what I think about.
I'm going to give Papa Gut respect here. I'm just going to give him respect. I don't want to continue on with it because it just seems to be the rehash of the same point, and he's just very emotional towards the end. Dennis, you have not only, again, pissed off the entire community, you also called a man the thing he hates the most. You do understand the position that you're in now, Dennis. I hope you do, because it's not a good one that you put yourself in. I am as pissed off as the rest of the community here, if you couldn't tell from my tweets. You are maybe, and this is it. I'm just saying my piece on you, Def. If you do something stupid like this again, I'm going to lose my mind. Def Noodles, your content is the worst. Your personality is even worse. Your clickbait titles make you as credible as the grocery store tabloids. You are unfunny. You are a fake moral arbiter. You are none of the things that makes a good content creator. You're not somebody that takes an introspective look. You're not somebody that looks to grow and get better. You look to tear others down around you. This is Papa Gut at the level of frustration that probably not a lot of people have seen at before or in a long time. And you deserve all of the vitriol that's coming to you on Twitter. All of it. This tweet was made as in a malicious manner. This tweet was made in an attempt to just completely piss off the entire community. This may be commentary bait. This may be the same thing that you're suing Keemstar for, but you know deep down inside that you're just a small man. You're a small man. You're a small man with nothing to lose because your channel's drying up. Your credibility is now way, way worse than it's ever been before. And you will forever be relegated to being the piece of shit that you are. I can't wait for when Keemstar takes your play button, dude. I can't wait for when the rest of the commentary community descends upon you. Because honestly, man, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. And it makes me sick to know that someone like you has the amount of subscribers, the amount of reach that you have. It makes me goddamn sick. You're a mouth-breathing idiot, Dennis. I can't believe you tweeted this out. You're a mouth-breathing idiot. I literally cannot believe that this is what fuck. Oh my God. Nobody knows why Def Noodles is trending. Maybe it's because every single person and their mother in the YouTube community is saying that you're an idiot. Nicholas Diorio ratios him again. It's because everyone hates you. The commentary guys hate you. The journos hate you. H3's Reddit hates you. Papa Gut hates you. When is the last time you've seen H3 fans, Keemstar, me, Cat, Adam, Repsion, Papa Gut agree? Never. That is the wildest thing on planet Earth. That's a great way to end this whole segment. Def Noodles, you are hated by everybody. And you need to understand why you're hated by everyone. And that you will stay hated by everyone for the rest of your miserable career. Dennis, I'm sick and tired of talking about you. But to be honest, I know you're just going to make an oopsie again, in your words, and just completely destroy it. So, good job, Def. You have single-handedly killed your career. Single-handedly killed your career. Congrats, Def Noodles. You might be the dumbest person on the internet.